Place to be since I was 19. You can find me, maroon and white tee. Stay grinding, you're not on my team to get behind me and stay behind. You will play behind. Man, I'm in a Mississippi state of mind, and this state of mind ain't a greater time. Take a break in line and just take what's mine. It's an our state, our place, and you can see that it's written on our face. This is our break, our race, and if you ain't with it, get out of our way. Now stand up in your seat, sling a cowbell to the beat. Got 3-6 on my cheek, my boy and B gonna rest in peace. We just left the being in cowbell to the wind, and this maroon and white is blending like I'm Two-Face. Harvey Dent, and my friends up in the tent, and you know they miss a sip, and we coming for your hearts. So before we start, gonna put a stint in. My state of mind is a place for these dime rhymes to mint, and if you cross the line, that's the place that they're gonna be spent in. I'm looking at the Mississippi women in the district, got me grinning. You step up in the pen, man, you probably gon' get
MSU, and we about to roll, and everywhere we go, we taking control. We MSU, and when that whistle blow, you already know that we gon' show. 'Cause we MSU, and we about to roll, and everywhere we go, we taking control. We MSU, and when that whistle blow, you already know that we gon' show. 'Cause we
up the Star Vegas, we got that bar, baby. And all ladies breaking hearts, they call it shark baiting. That identity, some crisis left you lifeless like your sparks. They need to decide who y'all move side, 'cause this state is ours, baby. Star crazy coming to pound, man, we drooling. You looking like a new kid in town, you gon' get bullied. You better draw back, bruh, we on the attack, bruh. We dogs of war, we coming forward, you can see that it's written on the dog tag.
And we ain't listening to what you think we gon' do, 'cause either way we coming for you. And it don't matter how we do, we gonna stay true.
'Cause that's true, maroon, and that's through and through.
On that
For $1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out?
Who
let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
While the party was nice, the party was pumping.
March 2nd, the beginning of March here in Starkville, Mississippi, as your Lady Bulldogs get ready to face the demons of Northwestern State. Little chilly today, about 55 degrees, but the sun is shining, no clouds in sight. But we're in for a good one here in the last game of the Bulldog Invitational. Now, unfortunately, the Bulldog Student Sports Network was unable to come yesterday, but the Bulldogs had 2 games here. They won both of them. They played New Mexico again, and then they played Northwestern State for the first time. So heading into yesterday, the Bulldogs were 16-2. They are now 18-2. They won by 1 against Northwestern State and won by 6 against New Mexico again. But we'll be back in just a few moments as the national anthem gets ready to go. We're going to honor America, but we'll come back with the starting lineups, and we'll be in for a good one. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
To the call, I have a boom and shout out.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the dance people had a ball cause Billy Fountains get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel. Gonna tell myself I man no get angry.
Hey, yeah, B.I.O.
280 cows calling them K9. Hey,
B.I.O.
but they tell me, hey man, start up the party.
B.I.O.
You put a woman in front and a man behind. I have a woman shout out.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Say, a doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it.
A doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it.
National anthem just finished up here, and we're going to give you the starting lineups first for the Demons from Northwestern State. And as I go around in order, this will be your batting order as well. Batting first in center field, Livers Sophia. Or Sophia Livers, apologies. Third base, Riley Shiswow, something like that. Fortunately, we don't have another meaty guy today. First base, Bryn Daniel. Second base, DJ Lynch. Designated player for the day is Carissa Hernandez. Behind the plate, catcher is Savannah Coleman. Left field is Cameron Curtis. Right field, Cash Herber. And shortstop, Cameron Becknell. And the starting pitcher for the Lady Demons is Brooklyn Stoller. We're now going to give you the starting lineup for the Lady Bulldogs today. Batting first and in center field today, Sierra Sacco. Third base, Nadia Barberry. Right field, Kiara Sells. Designated player today is Lexi Sosa. Shortstop, Kylie Edwards. Left field, Morgan Bernardini. Catcher, Ella Wasilowski. First base, Riley Hull. And second base, Morgan Stiles. And your starting pitcher today is Josie Marin. So, in for a good one as they are wrapping up intros here. And then the players will finish getting warm, get ready for the first pitch. And we'll be back for the first pitch. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Do you remember when it first starts?
We welcome you back here to Starkville, Mississippi. First pitch just a couple moments away. But first, a little bit better for your starting pitcher today for the Bulldogs, Josie Marin. Marin is a junior out of Grime, Iowa. Pitches right-handed, has an ERA of just over 5 on the season, has a whip or walk and hits per inning of just under 1.5. She has 1 win, 1 loss this season, and she's appeared in 9 games, started 6 of them, so her 10th appearance and 7th start of the season. She's pitched 25 innings, has 20 hits, given up, 22 runs given up, 18 of those were earned, 16 walks, 22 strikeouts, and a batting average of just over 200, while giving up 2 home runs. Your umpires for today, behind home plate, is Michael Thibodeau. First base, Derek Wilkins. Third base, Emerus Addison. So we're in for a good one here today. And I thank you all for joining me, Zach Sizemore. Just myself today, as the first batter for the Lady Demons is Sophia Livers. As Mason gets a call, delivers, and it's hit straight towards second, and gets past the second baseman, Morgan Stiles, for the first hit of the game. So 1 pitch, 1 hit, person on first. As Riley Schwissau up to bat, as Mason delivers, and it gets past the catcher, Wasilowski, as Livers goes towards second. As Marin wind and delivers, and up for ball 2. So 2-0 count, runner on second after a passed ball. As Marin winds, delivers, and catches the bottom for strike 1. Riley Swissau, a sophomore out of Beatrice, Nebraska. She bats right. As Marin gets the call, gets set, winds, delivers, and swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 count, runner on second. As Swissau gets set, she bats .233 on the season as Marin winds, gets sets, and another swing and a miss for a strikeout, and that is the first out of the season, first out of the game, and that is Marin's 23rd strikeout of the season. As Bryn Daniel, the first baseman for the Demons, up to bat as Marin winds, delivers, and for strike 1. As Bryn Daniel, a freshman out of Bixby, Oklahoma, as Marin winds, delivers, misses the zone for ball 1, so 1's across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. But Bryn Daniel, as I was saying, a freshman out of Bixby, Oklahoma, considered a utility player for the Lady Demons, as Marin gets set, winds, delivers, and hit down the third base line and is foul. So strike 2 on that foul. Now, Northwestern State fell to the Bulldogs yesterday 3-2 as Marin delivers, and another foul. Count will remain 1-2. As a runner is still on second. Sophia Livers. So First pitch of the game, she singled. Ball got past Morgan Styles for a hit. Then she stole second as Marin delivers. And another foul again. Third foul in a row. Wesolowski had the ball get past her, so delivers. Went towards second. Daniel shows bunt as Marin Wines delivers, and another foul. So, Daniel doing everything she can to stay alive in this at-bat. She matched just under 300 on the season, has 5 runs on 13 hits, no home runs, but 5 RBIs. As pitch comes and is high for ball 2. She struck out 5 times this season, while being walked 3 times. As Marin delivers, and it's fouled. So Daniel, seeing the ball well, just not able to get any good contact on the ball there. As the third baseman Barberry walks to the circle to give Marin the ball. Long at bat here as she delivers, and it's hit towards left field and caught by the left fielder Morgan Bernardini for out number 2. So 2 outs, runner on second. As DJ Lynch, the second baseman for the Lady Demons, up to bat. She's a freshman out of Shreveport, Louisiana. She bats right and is considered a utility player. She bats .231 on the season as Marin Wines delivers. Misses the zone for ball 1. Bats .231 this season, as I was saying. 6 hits, 3 runs, 8 RBIs. Been walked 6 times, struck out 7, 1 home run. As Marin Wines delivers. Up high for ball 2. Marin, now about 15 pitches in, on the 4th batter she's faced to start the game. First batter was 1 pitch and done as she singled, and Marin pitches, and it's fouled down the third base line. So these Lady Demons seeing the ball pretty well to start this game, as they've all made contact, but only 1 gets on base. I believe, besides the first batter, the other 3 batters have all fouled as Marin delivers and pops it straight back and goes in the stands for strike 2. So we now have 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. As Marin gets set, Wines delivers, and swing and a miss. Strike 3 for the final out here in the top of the first. Bulldogs get out, stranding 1 runner on the base for Northwestern State. So no runs, no errors, with 1 hit and 1 left on base to end the top of the first. And we're going to head to the bottom of the first, where the Lady Bulldogs will be up to bat for the first time this game. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Hey. Good to see you. Come on in, let's go. Yeah! Let's go! All right, okay. Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, hip strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Can we go back? This is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Can we go back? This is the moment.
Bottom of the first here. In the last game of the Bulldog Invitational, and Sierra Sacco, the leadoff hitter for the Bulldog, makes her way to the plate. As the pitcher for the Lima Demons, Brooklyn Stoller. Stoller winds, delivers, and Siako nails it towards left field. It's going back, and it hits off the wall. Left fielder misses. Siako makes her way towards second and holds up as the left fielder, able to get hold of the ball. The left fielder for the Lady Demons, Cameron Curtis, going back. Ball went right over her head, bounced off the wall, and rolled pretty far away into the grassy part of the outfield, but she hurried, grabbed it as Sacco, once again, first pitch and another hit in this game. Stoller is a freshman, and she gets the call, and she now faces Nadia Barberry, and Stoller winds, delivers, and catches the inside for strike one. But as I was saying, Stoller is a freshman out of Pryor, Oklahoma. Pitches right and Barberry hits right. Stoller winds, delivers, and outside for ball one. Stoller has an ERA of just under 6. WHIP, or walks and hits allowed per inning, of 1.64. Has posted a 1-11 win-loss record. Pitched 66 innings, 81 hits allowed, 61 runs as she winds, delivers, and a swing and a miss from Barberry for strike two, 1-2 count with a runner on second here in the bottom of the first. But 61 runs on 81 hits, 55 of those 61 runs were earned. Walked 28 batters, struck out 19, and given up 16 homers on the season. As she winds, delivers, and it's up high for ball two. But Barberry batting just under 350 on the season. Has 22 hits, 16 runs, 13 RBIs, been walked 6 times, struck out 4, and has 5 homers. As Stoller looks, gets the call, winds, delivers, and looked like Barberry swung at kind of an awkward pitch. It looked like it had some movement down towards her knees, and she was trying to hold up but went. So strike 3 is called there for the first out here in the bottom of the first. And as Kiara Sells, the right fielder, first state up to bat, she bats just over 350 on the season. As Stoller gets the call, winds, sets, delivers, and a swing and a miss. Strike 1 for Sells. Kiara Sells, a junior out of Jasper, Texas, bats right. And as I was saying, has 19 hits, 17 runs, 19 RBIs, been walked 10 times, struck out 5 as Stoller winds, delivers, and swing and a miss again. Strike 2. Struck out 5 times, has hit 6 homers on the season. Meanwhile, Sierra Sacco on second has stolen 9 bases this season and scored 26 runs as Stoller pitches and it nails Sells in the arm as she makes her way to first, kind of flexing the arm as it looks like it hit her right on the elbow or the bicep. That has got to hurt, but 1 out, runner on second as Stoller walks her. So we now have a runner on first and second as the designated player for the Bulldogs, Lexi Sosa, up to bat, as it looks like the training staff will come over to first to check on Sells. She's in a lot of pain, it looks like. But Sosa, also a pitcher for the Bulldogs. She is a graduate out of San Diego, California. Bats right and transferred from UCLA. But Sells walking down the right field line with the training staff as sort of hush has fallen over News Park. And everyone hoping she okay. A big part of not only the Bulldog offense, but the defense as well. She makes her way back to first. And looks like she's going to stay in the game as fans applaud. And big sigh of relief falls over the crowd. But Stoller just nailed Sells. Just looked like might have released the ball a bit too early or lost control. But either way, runner on first and second. Lexi Sosa, the designated player, up to bat. Bats .288 on the season. And Stoller delivers and up high for ball 1. Sosa, 15 hits, 12 runs, 20 RBIs, been walked 9 times, struck out 6, and has 6 homers on the season. As looked like they asked the third base ump whether Sosa won or not, but he said she didn't, so ball 2. As a catcher for the Demons, Savannah Coleman asked for time to go and talk to the freshman pitcher, Coleman, and also a freshman. So the Demons' entire starting lineup is freshmen and sophomores as I take a look back over the starting lineup. 5 freshmen, 4 sophomores, and then if you include the pitcher, technically it's 6 freshmen. So a young team there. As Stoller delivers, and Sosa nails it back towards center field. It's going, and it is caught by the center fielder, Livers. As the runners tag up, but stay there as the ball gets in to the shortstop, Becknell. So a good hit there by Sosa, but wind kind of blowing in, so held up the ball there a bit and allowed the center fielder to get under it and get it for out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. As Kylie Edwards, the shortstop for the Bulldogs, up to bat. She bats .321 on the season, 17 hits, 13 runs, and 16 RBIs, 7 walks, 7 strikeouts, 5 homers as Stoller delivers and catches the outside corner for strike 1. But going back to what I was saying before that, the Lady Demons are a young team. They are 2-17 on the season and led by first-time Division I coach Jenny Fuller as Stoller delivers for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Jenny Fuller has coached college for a while, but this is her first Division I head coaching job. She came from Pittsburgh State and has posted a career record over all of her coaching jobs, head coaching jobs, 249 wins, 171 losses as Edwards pops it up into the infield, and it is caught by Becknell for out number 3. So the Lady Demons get out of the bottom of the first with 2 runners on base, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. As we are heading to the top of the second, But yeah, so their Lady Demons are a young team. And has 6 freshmen, 4 sophomores starting. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs only have 1 freshman starting, which is Morgan Stiles at second base. They have 2 sophomores, Ella Wasilowski behind catcher and Kylie Edwards, the shortstop. They have 4 juniors, Josie Marin, the pitcher, Morgan Bernardini, the left fielder, Kiara Sells, the right fielder, and Nadia Barberry, the third baseman. And then 2 seniors, Sierra Sacco, Riley Hull, and then a graduate, Lexi Sosa. But yeah, as the players are on the field getting warmed up, the Bulldogs are led by a phenomenal coaching staff led by Samantha Ricketts in her 6th season, her 11th at MSU, but 6th at the helm. She's associate head coach Tyler Bratton, who's in his 12th season. Assistant coaches Taryn Mowat McKinney in her 2nd season, and Zach Shaw in his 3rd season. So just a great coaching staff here. As both of the assistant coaches have also played in the Olympics or some sort of World Baseball Series for Team USA. As top of the 2nd starts, and Carissa Hernandez, the designated player for the Lady Demons, up to bat. She bats .214 on the season, has 6 hits, 2 runs, and RBI, walked 3 times, struck out once, no homers. As time is called, not sure who asked for it, or if it was just the ump. Might have been the batter Hernandez, as there were still 10 seconds on the pitch clock, so probably not Marin, as Marin winds, delivers, and right down the middle for strike 1. So Marin not afraid to go after these batters here so far. Gave up 1 hit in the first, and that came off the very first pitch of the game. Only a single, though. As Marin delivers, and it's drilled straight towards third base, and Barberry had it but lost it. Would have been a line out, but just kind of loses it. So Hernandez gets to first. We'll see if they call that just a regular hit, and they do. So sometimes those line drives just really hard to catch, but just a good hit by Hernandez. Has Savannah Coleman, the catcher for the Lady Demons, up to bat as Marin delivers, and up high for ball 1. Coleman bats .125 on the season. She's a lefty. Has 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 RBIs, been walked 3 times, struck out 7, no homers. As Marin now up to 22-ish pitches as she delivers, and it's popped up towards center field, and Morgan Bernardini able to see it. Sierra Sacco wasn't, so Bernardini comes over and gets it for out 1 with a runner on first. So good teamwork there. As Cameron Curtis up to bat as Marin delivers and catches the inside corner for strike 1. Curtis, the left fielder for the Lady Demons. As Marin gets set, winds, delivers, and dribbles towards the third base line, over to second for the out, over to first, and no good for the double play. Gets past the first baseman hole and out of play, so Curtis will get to second since the ball went out of play, but liked what the Lady Bulldogs are doing, just unable to capitalize. Almost kind of forced the throw there, so it was a bit low. As the right fielder for the Lady Demons, Cash Herber, up to bat. She bats left, and she's a redshirt freshman out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. She came with Coach Fuller from Pittsburgh State, and has had a start to the season, batting .115. 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts, no homers, as Marin delivers and gets past Wesolowski, and Curtis, who's at second, takes off for third and gets there safely. So, runner now on third, as Curtis reached first on the fielder's choice, but then advanced to second on a throwing error. So that error was the first error as Marin pitches and misses the top of the zone for ball 2. And Curtis advanced to third on that wild pitch. So, a couple of untimely and unlike the Bulldog defense errors here in the first 2 innings. As Marin delivers and low for ball 3. So 3-0 count with 2 outs. As the infielders come in and just give Marin some encouragement. As Marin gets set and delivers and up tall for ball 4. So she walks Herbert. And it looked like Herbert was going to bunt, but saw how high it was, backed away, and gets to first. So runners on the corner now with 2 outs. And Cameron Becknell, the shortstop, and batting last for the Lady Demons, up to bat. Batting .178 on the season. 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 RBIs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. No homers on the season. As Samantha Ricketts heads out to the circle, brings the infield and the catcher in to talk to him and remind them that she knows they're tired. They've played a lot of games recently with a doubleheader on Friday, 2 games yesterday, and now this game. So, just reminding them to do what they've been coached to do and stay in the win column. As the Bulldogs have still only lost 2 games this season. They're 18-2 on a win streak of 6. They are undefeated at home, have yet to play a true away game, and lost their 2 games at neutral sites and tournaments. As Becknell comes up and Marin delivers, and it wild pitch as the runner from third awkwardly slides into home and gets there safely, and Herbert at first steals second time, not in time, or throw not in time. So the Lady Demons lead 1-0 here in the top of the second with 2 outs. So it's an unearned run because of the wild pitch. Once again, just unlike Marin, to have so many wild pitches as she delivers and up tall for ball 2. So Bulldogs started off hot, allowed a hit, fielder's choice, throwing error, walked, and another wild pitch. So just a not so clean top of the second as Marin delivers, and tall again for ball 2. So not sure as she turns around and says my fault to the infielders. But Becknell gets set as the pitch comes in right down the middle for strike 1. Becknell, a freshman out of Thibodaux, Louisiana, bats right and is also considered a utility player. So a lot of players labeled as utility as Marin delivers. And she is walked. So another walk by Marin as they are now runners on first and second, and the leadoff hitter for the Demons, Sophia Livers, up to bat. She singled, and it only took her 1 pitch to do it. And then she was stranded in the top of the first. As Marin delivers and misses the top of the zone for ball 1. That one could have gone either way, but Michael Thibodeau said it was just a tad bit too high. So 1-0 count, 2 outs, runners on first and second as Marin delivers. And this time gets it in the strike zone for strike one. Sophia Livers, probably the best hitter for the Lady Demons, as Marin finds, and it's fouled down and hits her in the ankle. She walks it off and gets a practice swing as she heads back in. But Livers, batting .296 on the season, 9 runs, 16 hits, no homers, but 4 RBIs. Walked 8 times and struck out 5. As Marin dishes, and it's a hit down towards shortstop over to second for the third out. So Kylie Edwards got it cleanly and tossed it over to second baseman Styles for the force out and to end the top of the second. Not a great inning for the Bulldogs, as they had a couple wild pitches, walked a couple, and allowed an unearned run by the Demons as we head to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, we fogged up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. So I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, a pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the...
Bottom of the second here in Starkville, Mississippi. Your Lady Bulldogs are trailing 1-0 against Northwestern State Lady Demons, as left fielder Morgan Bernardini up to bat for the Bulldogs. Bernardini, a junior out of Elkville, Illinois, bats right. She's batting .370 on the season as Stolers gets set. And Bernardini connects, drives it back towards right field, and it is caught for out one by Cash Herber for the Lady Demons. So one pitch, a hit, and an out. Here to start the bottom of the second. As Ellen Wasilowski, the catcher, up to bat. Stoller winds, delivers, and up hole for ball one. Wasilowski has a 100 batting average, and that's a .100. One hit, one run, one strikeout, no homers, as Stoller delivers, and swing and a miss by Wasilowski for strike one. So ones across the board. One ball, one strike, one out. Here in the bottom of the second. As Stoller gets set and delivers for a strike, as Wasilowski popped it straight back into the netting. And Wasilowski, a sophomore out of Williamsonville, New York. He's had a pretty decent season so far. As Stoller delivers, and Wasilowski drives it towards left field, and it is caught for out number two. So just stayed just a tad bit fair. As up to bat next for the Bulldogs is first baseman Riley Hole. Riley, a senior of Somerset, Kentucky, bats left, and Stoller delivers and misses the outside of the zone for ball 1. Hole, batting .239 on the season, 11 hits, 11 runs, 5 RBIs, been walked 7 times, struck out 3, no homers. So Stoller delivers and misses again for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. As Stoller gets the call and delivers, and this time it catches the strike zone for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As the Bulldogs do have more hits, but are trailing 1-0. Or sorry, they have 1 less hit. And Stoller delivers and misses for ball 3. But the Bulldogs have had some good contact, but just unable to do anything. This Northwestern State defense doing their job so far. As the pitch comes, Hole drives it down the left field line, and it goes foul. As Hole faces a full count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. As Stoller pitches, and Hole drives it back towards short left field and carries back and caught by the left fielder Curtis for out number 3. So the Bulldogs still trail 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Headed to the top of third. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Yeah, went down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Yeah, went down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. A lot about living and a little about love.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my...
Back for the third inning here at News Park in Starkville, Mississippi. The Lady Bulldogs trail 1-0 over the Lady Demons from Northwestern State. As third baseman Riley Schwissau is up to bat for them. She struck out in her first appearance. As Marin gets the call, delivers, and misses outside for ball 1. Marin just didn't have that great of an inning in the top of the second. Neither did the entire Bulldog defense, as they had a couple wild pitches, an error, and gave up an unearned run. As Marin delivers and catches a strike zone for strike 1. So a 1-1 count here, as the Bulldogs are looking to have a 1-2-3 inning. Schwissau bats .233 on the season, as Marin delivers and strike 2. And Schwissau looked to bunt, but came back, but Marin found the strike zone. So 1-2. See if Marin can get her 25th strikeout of the season. And she gets a call and delivers. And swing and a miss. Strike 3 for out number 1 here in the top of the third. Marin's 25th strikeout of the season. As Bryn Daniel, the first baseman for the Lady Demons, up to bat. She lined out in the first. As she steps into the plate. Marin delivers and nails her in the bottom of her foot. So she'll head to first as the infielders come in, give her some encouragement. So runner on first with 1 out as DJ Lynch, the second baseman for the Lady Demons, up to bat. She struck out in the first. As Marin gets a call, delivers, and over towards second. Out number 1 over to first for no. She will be safe, but they did get the force out at second, so it's going to be a fielder's choice. As there's 2 outs and a runner on first. As the designated player for the Demons, Carissa Hernandez, up to bat. She singled in the second. As Marin, looking to go fast, delivers, misses high for ball 1. So 1-0 count, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Hernandez from Little, Texas, a sophomore, as Marin delivers and high for ball 2. So Marin having a bit of trouble finding the strike zone to start today. Could be because of the exhaustion of playing quite a few games this weekend. But the Bulldog Invitational is always a fun one. As Marin delivers, swing and a miss, strike 1. 2-1 is the count. As Hernandez steps back in the box, Marin looks to her wrist for the call, gets set, winds, delivers, and tall for ball 3. So, not wanting to walk a batter here. Let's see what she decides to do, whether she tries to get her swing in or just aims for the strike zone. As she delivers and fouled straight down. So full count here, 2 outs, runner on first. As the Bulldogs will look to get out of the top of the third here with this pitch. Lynch, who's over on first, does have 1 stolen base. So depending on the call, she might steal, most likely not. But Marin delivers, and it's fouled down the third base line. So Hernandez staying alive here. Looking to prolong the inning just a bit longer. As pitch clock now starts, Hernandez steps in the box. Marin gets set and delivers and fouled once again. So as I said back in the first, the Lady Demons seeing the ball really well, just not making good contact. But let's see what pitch Marin decides to go here. Whether she does something off speed or something fast as she delivers, and it's grounded towards shortstop. Edwards gets it over the first for out number 3. So the Bulldogs get out of the top of the third, stranding 1 runner on base, as there were no hits, no errors, and no runs scored. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
For $1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Well, the party was nice, the party was pumping.
Hey, yeah, yeah,
and everybody having a ball. Until the fellas start the name calling. And the girls respond to the call. I hear a woman shout out,
who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the dance people had a ball cause Billy Fountains get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel. Gonna tell myself I man no get angry.
Hey,
280 cows calling them K9. Hey, but they tell me, hey,
Bottom of the third is Morgan Stiles, the second baseman for the Bulldogs, up to bat. Stiles, her first time up to bat this day. She bats .233 on the season, has 7 hits, 9 runs, 8 RBIs, walked 4 times, struck out 4 times, and 1 homer on the season. And Stoller delivers, and Stiles grounds to third, and out number 1. So 1 pitch, a hit, and an out. A common theme to start the game so far here. As the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs, Sierra Sacco up to bat. Sacco doubled in her first appearance. Good hit towards left field, hits the back wall. Left fielder loses an eye on it, and she gets safely to second, but gets stranded there. As Stoller gets the call. Gets set. Pitches, and outside for ball 1. But see if Sacco can get anything done today. Here at bat as Stoller gets the call. Delivers, and Sacco puts down the bunt, but it is fouled as it rolled just outside. It was a good bunt, but just unable to kind of stay in bounds. But Sacco sets the table for the Bulldogs. She's batted leadoff in every game of her collegiate career, which is 105 games, so those are consecutive. She's reached safe over 50% of the time, and the Bulldogs win a lot. About 42 wins when she scores in the game. So Stoller gets set, delivers, and Sacco drives it towards right field. It goes back and caught by the right fielder Herber for out number 2. Now Sacco with a 1-1 count gets a pitch she likes, drives it towards right field, but once again the wind seemed to just kind of stall things up in the air as Nadia Barberry, the third baseman for the Bulldogs, up to bat. She struck out back in the first. So looking to change the narrative here. She has 22 hits, 16 runs, and 13 RBIs with 5 homers. Had a pair on Friday as Stoller delivers, and up high for ball 1. Stoller has pitched about 30 pitches here in the game. Has only given up 1 hit, struck out 1, has yet to walk anybody. And she is pitches, and Barberry grounds towards shortstop over to first for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Lady Demons as the score remains 1-0 here as we head to the top of the 4th. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
you put a woman in front and a man behind. I hear a woman shout out,
who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
say, a doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it.
A doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
buckle. She Billy Mountains get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy. Get back, you flea infested mongrel.
Well, if I am a dog, the party is on. I gotta get my groove on, got my mind, I'm gone. Do you see the rays coming from my eye? Walking through the prison, Digimon is breaking them down. Me and my white talk, short, dealing, gassy color. Any caliber do, I think I knew that's why they call me Pitbull. Cause I'm the man of the land, with it to me, that's a ooh.
Who let the dogs out? 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 Who let the dogs out?
Bulldogs trail 1-0 here in the top of the fourth as Savannah Coleman, the catcher for the Lady Demons, up to bat. Coleman flew out in the second, and she's batting 118 on the year. Marin, still the pitcher for the Bulldogs, has 3 strikeouts, walked 2, and thrown 53 pitches as she deals for strike 1. Looked like Coleman was going for a little bunt there, but just missed. But we've seen a lot of Marin so far this weekend as she delivers and fouled straight down and back for strike 2. 0-2 count here to start the top of the fourth. As I will say, one thing I've seen so far from this game from the Lady Demons is they can make contact, but their stats show that it's not good contact as Marin delivers, and it's over towards left field and caught for out number 1 by Morgan Bernardini. So Coleman, kind of just a half-ditch effort, gets some contact and flies out as Cameron Curtis, the left fielder for the Lady Demons, up to bat. She got on base thanks to a fielder choice and later scored because of an error, or as she hits it down left field and it lands as she singles. So first time gets on because of fielder choice, this time a single. And as I was saying before the hit, she scored in the second because of a wild pitch. So that is the reason the Lady Demons lead 1-0. As Cash Herber, the right fielder, up to bat. She walked her first time as the pitch comes. And runner goes for second as Wasilowski just kind of dropped the pitch there. But strike 1 was called because Herber showed bunt. And, she tipped it. So that's why Wasilowski dropped that. As Marin delivers and catches the inside corner for strike 2. 0-2 count, runner on first, 1 out. As Marin has thrown quite a few pitches here, only 3 in the third innings in as she delivers, and it's popped over towards short left field, but Edwards kind of reaching back, able to catch it somehow. Sort of an awkward angle for her, but she snags it for out number 2. As Cameron Becknell, the last batter for the Lady Demons, up to bat. She was also walked her first time to the plate. As Marin delivers, and it's grounded towards third, caught over the first, and out number 3. So Marin has thrown 61 pitches in 4 innings. We'll see if she comes back out in the top of the 5th, but we're headed to the bottom of the 4th as the Lady Bulldogs will be up to bat. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, here amid the cans in the pale moonlight, talking about cars and dreaming about winning. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, we fogged up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. So I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night.
Bottom of the fourth here in News Park in Starkville, Mississippi. Sun is shining. It is a pretty nice day out. A bit chilly, but nothing too bad as Kiara Sells, the right fielder for the Bulldogs, up to bat. Sells was hit by a pitch, hit her right on the elbow or the bicep, and that did not feel good as she took a couple moments to walk it off. But Stoller looks to her wrist for the call, gets set, winds, delivers, and inside for strike one. Sells bats .352 on the year, so a pretty good hitter for the Bulldogs, and a really good right fielder as Stoller delivers, and way up high for ball one. So 1-1 now the count. The Bulldogs have now had 11 batters up as Sells is the 11th, but they've only had one hit. Not something you see very often from the Lady Bulldogs. Reminds me of that loss against Jacksonville State as Stoller delivers and catches the outside of the zone for strike two, but yeah, lost 3-0 against Jacksonville State in a neutral site, just sort of tournament. Unlike the Bulldogs the past couple seasons to drop a game, but the bats just weren't hot as Stoller delivers. Sells pops it up down the left field line, and it goes foul. So count remains 1-2. No outs, as they trail 1-0. But Bulldogs will need the bats to get hot if they want to have a chance at winning this game. And they need to continue to sure things up on the defensive side after that not-so-good second inning as Stoller delivers. And way outside and high for ball two. So trying to see if Sells would bite on something. But Sells, a very disciplined batter at the plate. Been walked 10 times, struck out 5. As Stoller delivers and fouled again right behind the Bulldog dugout. So Sells doing a good job of staying alive with a 2-2 count. She'll look to get on base to hopefully spark the Bulldogs offense as Lexi Sosa is on deck. The pitch comes and popped up straight back and caught for out number 1. So the catcher for the Lady Demons, Coleman, able to snag the ball before it hits the net. So that's 1 out. Yeah, the Bulldogs just really aren't connecting this game like they normally do. Not sure if it's exhaustion, the cold, or weather compared to the past couple days, but could be a mixture as Lexi Sosa flew out her first time up. As the pitch comes and fouled by Sosa straight back. Sosa, the designated player today. She's a pitcher for the team, but they really like her hitting skills and know that if opposing pitchers give her the chance, she will send that ball out of here. As Stoller gets the pitch, starts her windup, and up high for ball 1. One's across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. As Stoller doesn't like the pitch gets the new call and delivers. And way outside for ball 2. And Sosa gets set. And the pitch comes. And catches the zone for strike 2. Sort of a trademark of Lexi Sosa is that pink bow that she always wears in her hair. Doesn't matter if they're in white uniforms, maroon uniforms, or in the all black like they are today. She always has that pink bow. Sort of a superstition thing, I believe, as Stoller delivers. And up high for ball 3. So a full 2 count with 1 out. So a 3-2-1 on the board in the bottom of the 4th. Nobody on. And Kylie Edwards, the shortstop, on deck for the Bulldogs. Stoller pitches and misses inside for ball 4, so Sosa will head to first base. The 10th time she's been walked this season as the infielders come in and encouraged their pitcher and said, hey, good job pitching there, but just barely missed. As we have a pinch runner come on, that is Kaylani Sells, the sister of Kiara Sells. Kaylani is a freshman out of Jasper, Texas, and mainly comes in this season to pinch run. A lot for Sosa. As Kaylani Sells has 3 stolen bases on the year, 100% success rate. Now, would it be surprised if they might send her early, as Kylie Edwards popped out back in the first. As she gets set. And Stoller starts her delivery. And inside, down below the knees for ball 1. Kaylani Sells stayed at first. So, third base coach. So just kind of stay there. And Stoller delivers. Edwards sends it back towards center field. It's going back, and it is caught by the center fielder, Livers. As Kaylani Sells was almost at second, but sees that it's caught and heads over to first. Almost was out of here. Almost hit the center field camera operator, but once again, the very slight breeze that there is coming towards home plate, so stalls the ball up just enough. As the score remains 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs, and Morgan Bernardini up to bat. She is 0 for 1 of the day. Flew out back in the second. And Stoller delivers and catches the top for strike 1. Stoller has pitched about 48 pitches in 3 2/3 innings, compared to Josie Marin's over 60. As the pitch comes, and Bernardini drives it towards short left field, and it is caught by the left fielder Curtis for out number 3. So the Bulldogs with some good connection here in the bottom of the 4th, but nothing able to happen. Is no runs scored, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base as we head to the top of the 5th. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
The pale moonlight, talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, went down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Yeah, went down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. A lot about living and a little about love. Yeah.
Top of the fifth coming. Josie Marin still the pitcher for the Bulldogs, but Delaney Everett in the pen, kind of warming up, getting loose. Everett, a left-handed pitcher. Marin, a right-handed. As we do have one change in the field for the Bulldogs. Morgan Bernardini no longer in left field, and instead it's Kaylani Sells. So Sells comes in left field. Sacco stays in center. Kiara Sells is in right field still. Barberry at third. Edwards at shortstop. Styles at second. Hole at first, with Wesolowski still behind the plate. And Sophia Livers, the leadoff batter for the Lady Demons, up to bat. She singled back in the first, and then was called out on a fielder's choice in the second. As Marin delivers and grounds over towards shortstop. Edwards over to first, and out number one called. These umpires have very delayed calls today. Not sure why, but it is what it is. Up here in the press box, we're waiting for them to get the call. As Riley Schwissau up to bat. She is 0 for 2, struck out twice as she grounds towards shortstop. Edwards over to first. And out number 2 called. It was very close. She might have been safe. The entire Lady Demons dugout thought so, but umpire at first, which is Derek Wilkins, called her out. So 2 outs. They are not going to review it. On a pretty quick inning, as Bryn Daniel, the first baseman, up to bat. She flew out in the first as Marin delivers, catches the ball for strike 1, and was hit by a pitch in the third. So 0-1 count here with 2 outs. As Marin is up to roughly 65 pitches as she dribbles that one across the dirt for ball 1. As Marin gets the call, starts her delivery, deals, and grounded over to Edwards. Edwards over to first for out number 3. So Edwards gets all 3 grounders, gets them all over to first, and it's all 3 outs as no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. A 1-2-3 inning as we head to the bottom of the 5th with the Bulldogs still trailing 1-0. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Place to be since I was 19. You can find me maroon and white tee, stay grinding. You're not on my team to get behind me and stay behind. You will play behind. Man, I'm in a Mississippi state of mind, and this state of mind ain't a greater time. Take a break in line and just take what's mine. It's an our state, our place, and you can see that it's written on our face. This is our break, our race, and if you ain't with it, get out of our way. Now stand up in your seat, sling a cowbell to the beat. Got 3-6 on my cheek, my boy and B gonna rest in peace.
We just left the being in cowbell to the wind, and this maroon and white is blending like I'm Two-Face. I'll be denting my friends up in the tent, and you know they Mississippi, and we coming for your heart. So before we start, gonna put a stint in. My state of mind is a place for these dime rhymes to me.
Bottom of the 5th here in News Park in Starkville, Mississippi. The Bulldogs still down 1-0 as Ella Wesolowski is up to bat. She flew out in the second. Stoller is still the pitcher. She's pitched just under 50 as she pitches number 50 as Wesolowski drives it back towards center field. It carries, and it is caught for out number 1 by Livers. So the Bulldogs continuing that great bat connection they had in the 4th, but once again just not enough juice, no wind to help carry it. As Paige Ernstis up to bat. she is going to pinch hit for Riley Hole. Ernst has 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 RBIs, been walked twice, struck out twice, and has 2 home runs. Pinch hitters, pinch runners, not a new sight with Samantha Ricketts at the helm, and Stoller delivers and catches the zone for strike 1. Ernst has a .545 batting average on the season, so a pretty solid hitter, but has only had 11 at-bats. So, and then Stoller delivers. The miss is low and inside for ball 1, so 1's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. And Stoller gets the call. Delivers. And it's popped up towards center field. It's going, and it is caught for out number 2. Livers with the second out of the inning as Ernst just, once again, good connection, not enough carry. As number 22, Jesse Blaine, is going to pinch hit once again, this time for Morgan Stiles. As Samantha Ricketts, seeing that the starting lineup bats just aren't really connecting, so we're going to try and throw in some new ones, something we see a lot, something I saw a lot on Friday. Jesse Blaine, a .317 average on the season, 13 hits, 9 runs, 10 RBIs, 16 walks, and 4 strikeouts. As the pitch comes low inside for ball 1. Blaine still looking for her first home run of the season. Getting one here would be amazing for her, but it would also come at a crucial time. And Stoller delivers, and Blaine over towards left field, and it is caught for out number 3. So the bats are swinging really well, a lot of good connection, but just nothing able to fall or get out, as it's a 1-2-3 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base as we head to the top of the 6th, with the Lady Bulldogs still trailing 1-0. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
They're gonna be spending. I'm looking at the Mississippi women in the district, got me grinning. You step up in the pen, man, you probably gon' get
MSU, and we about to roll. And everywhere we go, we taking control. We MSU, and when that whistle blow, you already know that we gon' show. 'Cause we MSU, and we about to roll. And everywhere we go, we taking control. We MSU, and when that whistle blow, you already know that we gon' show. 'Cause we
up in
MSU.
Star Vegas, we got that bar, baby. And all ladies breaking hearts, they call it sharp baiting. That identity, some crisis left you lifeless like your sparks. They need to decide who you are, move side, 'cause this state is ours, baby. Star crazy coming to pound, man, we drooling. You looking like a new kid in town, you gon' get bullied. You better draw back, bruh, we on the attack, bruh. We dogs of war, we coming forward, you can see that it's written on the dog tag.
And we ain't listening to what you think we gon' do. 'Cause either way we coming for you. And it don't matter how we do, we gonna stay true.
'Cause that's true maroon and that's through and
'Cause
through.
it's on that L-I-S-S-I. Now stay from the stands with a plate in my hand full of cheese fries. SSI.
1-0 here, still in Starkville, Mississippi, as we head to the top of the 6th. And Victoria Clayton, who came in to play second base, is now up to bat for the Lady Demons. Clayton, a .148 batting average on the season, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 RBI, has been walked 4 times, struck out 3 times, no homers on the season. As Clayton is a freshman out of Atlanta, Texas, not Atlanta, Georgia, but Atlanta, Texas, and bats right. As Marin dribbles it across the dirt for ball 1, as we now also have a new catcher for the Bulldogs, Jesse Blaine. Blaine, normally the person or the lady you see behind the plate for the Bulldogs, She's back in, and Romero takes second for Morgan Stiles. As Marin delivers and misses just outside for ball 2. As Marin looking for another quick inning. Delivers and swing and a miss, strike 1. 2-1 is the count. That's Clayton. And our first at-bat of the day, looking to do something as the pitch comes. And swing and a miss again, strike 2. As Clayton looks over to the third base coach, gets the call, and steps back into the box. Marin pitches and fouled down and back, so count remained 2-2. As Clayton, the freshman, gets the call to, I believe, swing away. Sometimes you catch those signals at the right time. From the third base coach is Marin. Delivers and fouled down straight into her ankle. That's gotta hurt, as those softballs are not soft whatsoever. I know this is a bit cheesy, but gotta make y'all laugh somehow. As count's still 2-2. Marin wipes her hands, gets the call, starts her windup, and delivers and dribble down the third base line. Barberry over the first, and out number 1. As that was a good at-bat by Clayton, the freshman, but just better pitching by Marin, as it's a ground out. As Carissa Hernandez, the designated player, up to bat. She singled in the second, then grounded out in the third. And she is up to bat. And the pitch comes and nails her in the foot, as that's Marin's third walk of the day. Hernandez felt that instantly and kind of hopped over to first, and she walks it off. Talks to the first base coach, and she's all right. As it looks like Savannah Coleman, the catcher, up to bat. Coleman, 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out in the second and flew out in the fourth. As looks like there will be a pinch runner for the Lady Demons. Not sure who it is. I can't see her number from up here. Looks like it's number 22, Bailey Ragsdale, maybe? As the pitch comes, Coleman drives it down towards center field. It's going back and missed by Salco. Basells gets it. Runner goes to third. Signal to Holmes. Edward gets it. Throws it home. Throws in, and she is... Where's the ump? The home plate ump went towards third, as we are unsure. The Bulldog bench says she is out. The Demons bench says she's safe, as we had 2 umps at second, home plate at third. As Samantha Ricketts, the head coach, shakes her head, the umps get together. It looked like she was out to us, but not sure. As Coleman will have a triple, but we'll see whether the Demons' lead increases to 2-0 and it remains 1 out, or if the score will stay 1-0 and there's 2 outs. So long talk by the umps, as I think the best course of action here would be just go to the monitor. But I don't know all the rules, not a softball genius. As we believe the throw definitely got there in time, but here's the as the third base ump, Emerson Addison, said the runner will be safe, but they are going to review it. So they'll head to the monitor, and I guess the question is, did Blaine actually make the tag? So I guess the best course of action here is call her safe, go review it, and see if the tag was applied in enough time. So we're going to step away as they go to the monitor. Not sure how long this will take, but the Bulldogs still trail 1-0 with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
What it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, hip strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Can we go back? This is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Can we go back? This is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Jog back on the field as he says a call is upheld, so either the tag wasn't applied or not in time. They didn't specify, but believe it was that the tag wasn't applied. I got there in time, but at least it looked to us. So, but the score now 2-0 thanks to a RBI triple by Savannah Coleman. As Cameron Curtis, the left fielder for the Demons, up to bat. She is 1 for 2 on the day. She scored in the second off of a fielder's choice and then a wild pitch, and then singled in the fourth. So technically 2 for 2. Or I guess 1 for 2, yeah. As she reached base on fielder's choice. But runner on third, 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes. As Marin winds, delivers, and is popped down the right field line and falls foul. None of the Lady Bulldogs able to get there in enough time. So count now 1-1 with 1 out. So ones across the board. As Curtis gets her bat back. And steps back into the box. As Marin delivers. And way inside for ball 2. And looking here at the score box, so it looks like they're going to say Coleman doubled, and then she got to third while the throw was happening, so she hadn't advanced far enough to third. So we'll say a double as Marin delivers, and it's dribbled and past the shortstop and third baseman into the left field. So another run will score as Curtis gets safely to first, so the score now 3-0 in the top of the 6th, and with 1 out. So the bats are connecting for the Lady Demons of Northwestern State As Marin, who has thrown 81 pitches in 5 in the third innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 3, deals, and up high for ball 1. So Curtis, who is on first, has attempted to steal once, but was caught. And Marin gets the call, delivers, and misses low for ball 2. So we'll see if Samantha Ricketts will go to the bullpen. If Marin ends up walking or giving up another hit, as no one's warming up in the bullpen, but still could happen as Marin delivers. And ball 3. So after that RBI single, 3 straight balls. As Marin will look to avoid walking her 3rd batter of the day. As the pitch comes, and in for strike 1. And as Marin was able to get the strike zone there, will wind and way up high for ball 4. So walks the batter, who was actually Sarah Kate Booker. As we will have a circle visit, and it looks like we will have a pitcher change for the Bulldogs, as Marin will be done for the afternoon with runners on first and second, and in comes Delaney Everett, number 48. Everett, a sophomore out of Oakdale, California, has an ERA of .46 on the season, a whip or walk and hits per inning of 98, or .98, has posted a 4-0 win-loss record, has appeared in 6, so this is her 7th appearance, started 2 games, has pitched 15 in the third innings, allowed 12 hits, 2 runs, 1 of those runs was earned, walked 3 people, struck out 11, and the batting average against her is .218 and only allowed 1 home run. So, with runners on first and second, Everett will come in to take charge of the circle and get the Bulldogs out of the top of the 6th with 1 out. And 2 runs already scored. We're going to take a break as she gets warmed up. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network. Nothing the score here in News Park in Starkville, Mississippi, as Cameron Becknell, the shortstop for the Lady Demons, up to bat. And the new pitcher Everett as she pitches, and her first pitch is a strike. So 0-1 count with 1 out, runners on first and second. Becknell was walked in the second and then grounded out in the 4th as Everett deals, and it's bunted straight towards her. She gets it, throws it over to first for out number 2. So runners will advance to second and third. So a sack bunt as out number 2 gets, and the batting order will flip over. And Sophia Livers is up to bat. She singled in the first. Got to base on a fielder's choice in the second, grounded out in the 5th as the pitch comes, and ball 1. Everett, the left-handed pitcher, deals, and it's fouled over towards the Lady Demons dugout. As the count's now 1-1. Everett, one of two left-handed pitchers the Bulldogs have. The other is Taylor Troutman, a freshman. As Everett deals and is grounded and gets between first and second. As the throw comes in, and 2 runs scored as Blaine was unable to control the throw from Kiara Sells. So the score is now 5-0 with a runner on first. As Riley Schwissau up to bat. So just kind of an off day for the Bulldogs. As I was saying, Everett, one of 2 left-handed pitchers. Taylor Troutman, the other one, from Henderson, Kentucky. She's yet to pitch this season, as Everett deals and misses low for ball 1. So, the Lady Demons have gotten the bats hot here in the 6th, scoring 4 of their 5 runs on 6 hits, as Everett deals and misses low again for ball 2. Now, the Lady Demons have left 5 batters on base throughout the entire game, but haven't really been able to do anything until now. As Everett deals, and once again, just sort of the same down-low area on the right-handed batter, Riley Schwissau. So a 3-0 count with 2 outs and a runner on first. That runner is Sophia Livers, who just singled and drove in 2 runs, as Everett deals and gets it for strike 1, so a 3-1 count. As Everett resets and gets the call. Starts her windup and misses for ball 4. So Livers over to second. Schwissau over to first. As number 9, Bryn Daniel, up to bat for the Lady Demons. She is 0 for 2, even though she's had 3 at-bats this game. She lined out in the first, was a hit by a pitch, and grounded out in the 5th. As Jesse Blaine, the catcher, heads to the circle to talk to Everett. Blaine reminding the sophomore and giving her some encouragement that they can get out of this inning that hasn't been the best for the Bulldogs. Probably by far their worst inning of the season. As Everett delivers, misses high for ball 1. Daniel will look to continue the damage here in the top of the 6th with runners on first and second, as Everett will look to control the bleeding as the pitch comes and gets strike 1. So Everett deals, and it's fouled straight back, strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. There's a 3rd batter in the batting order for the Lady Demons. Will look to get her first hit of the game and her 14th of the season. But Everett will look to get her 12th strikeout as the pitch comes, and it's fouled straight back into the netting. Blaine did catch it, but because it hit the netting, foul ball. As Everett deals and fouled again by Daniel. So Daniel was going and able to get something on it to stay alive. As she steps back in, Everett winds and dines, and it's popped up in the infield and caught by Edwards for out number 3. So the Bulldogs get out of the top of the 6th keeping it 4 runs allowed on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. So, Bulldogs able to get out after bringing in a new pitcher. But when we come back, the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs, Sierra Sacco, will be up to bat. Try and get something going for the Bulldogs, who trail by 5. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th here at News Park in Starkville, Mississippi. Wind has picked up a little bit, not by much, but sun is still shining, no clouds in sight. And Sierra Sacco, the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs, up to bat. She doubled in the first and then lined out in the third. So she'll look to replicate or do better from what she did in the first and try and spark this Bulldogs offense to climb back into this game down by 5. And Stoller is still the pitcher. She's pitched 55 today as Stoller delivers and high for ball 1. So that's her 56th pitch of the day. Is on her 19th batter of the day. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and only given up 1 hit. As she will get the call. Delivers. Sacco drives it towards center field. It's going back, and it is off the wall. Sacco gets the first, heads for second, and slides in safely. So Sacco with another double in the game to get the Bulldogs a little something going here in the bottom of the 6th, as Nadia Barberry, who is 0 for 2 for the day, will look to get another home run like the pair she got on Friday. She struck out in the first and grounded out in the third. So she'll look to try and get the Bulldogs back into this game. As she gets set, Stoller gets a call. Starts her windup, delivers, and inside for ball 1. The Bulldogs just got their second hit of the game. Both of their hits have come from Sierra Sacco. And Stoller delivers. Barberry drives it down left field. It's going, and it is gone, but foul. So just a tad bit left. If it had stayed a couple inches right, it would have been another home run for Barberry. It would have been our 6th of the season and would have put the Bulldogs on the scoreboard down by 3, but instead goes foul. Score remains 5-0 with a 1-1 count. And Stoller gets the call. And time is called by Barberry. Barberry needs a second to breathe and get back into that batting mindset after that narrow home run miss that went just foul. And Stoller delivers and inside for ball 2. Stoller has had a pretty dominant performance today. Just now giving up the second hit of the game in the bottom of the 6th. as she delivers. And low for ball 3. 3-1 count. And as Barberry will look to get on base, whether via a walk or a hit. As Stoller starts the delivery, and outside for ball 4, so Barberry gets walked. Runners on first and second now, as Kiara Sells is up to bat. Kiara was hit by a pitch in the first, and then popped out in the fourth. So 0 for 1 on the day, with 2 at-bats, as Kiara Sells will look to try and do something with a runner in scoring position, a runner on first as a pitch comes, and strike 1. Sells, 19 hits, 19 RBIs, and 6 homers on the season. As the pitch comes and outside for ball 1. Good job by the catcher Coleman. So Coleman comes in to catch for the Lady Demons to hang on to that. And Sells gets a pitch, drives it up towards left field. The left fielder Curtis up and catches it for out number 1 as Sacco starts heading for third, but sees the throw coming in and stays at second. So once again, great connection, but just nothing on it as it is caught for out number 1 as Lexi Sosa, the designated player for the Bulldogs, up to bat. Sosa lined out in the first and was walked in the fourth. And Sosa will try and do something after this circle visit as Fuller, the head coach for the Lady Demons, comes to talk to Brooklyn Stoller, the freshman. Heading into this game, she had an ERA of 5.8 and has now lowered that to 5.37 in 5 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 2 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 1, and thrown 65 pitches. Don't see anybody coming out of the bullpen for the Lady Demons. So it looks like just a regular old circle visit to remind the ladies to finish strong. And even though there are 2 runners on for the Bulldogs, that they've controlled this game so far. As visit gets broken up by the head umpire, Michael Thibodeau. And play will get ready to resume with Lexi Sosa up to bat. Sosa will look for her 16th hit of the season, as she will try and get the scoring started here for the Bulldogs as Stoller comes, and Sosa with a hit back towards center field. It's going and caught by the center fielder. Sacco tags up, heads for third, and gets there safely. So Sosa, 1 pitch, pops it out towards center field, caught, 2 outs, runners on the corner now, as Kylie Edwards up to bat. She is 0 for 2 on the day, popped out in the first, flew out in the fourth. As Edwards gets set, Stoller gets the call, delivers, and way up high for ball 1. Barberry, who is on first, has stolen 1 base this season and got it, so 100% success rate. As Edwards will look for her 17th and 18th RBI as the pitch comes low for ball 2. But as we've said, kind of all broadcast, quiet day for the Bulldog offense. And Stoller gets strike 1, so a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Leading 5-0, and runners on the corner. Stoller. Wines, delivers, and ball 3 as Barberry gets to second on a passed ball, so the catcher Coleman just loses control on that low pitch, and Barberry takes advantage. So runners now on second and third. Edwards, 3-1 count, 2 outs. As the pitch comes, Edwards pops it up towards second baseman, and it is caught for out 3 by Clayton. So after a double by Sirasako and a walk by Barberry, 3 straight outs, and we will head to the top of the 7th as another new pitcher will come in for the Bulldogs, Raylan Chafin. Chafin, probably the most dominant of the Bulldog pitchers this season, and has posted a 1.13 ERA and whip of .86, 9 wins, 1 loss, and 11 games, started 9 of those, has pitched almost 56 innings, 37 hits, 15 runs, 9 of those earned, walked 11, and here's the kicker, 71 strikeouts on the season. Now, heading into the weekend to start the Bulldog tournament, Raylan Chafin's 8 wins and 60 strikeouts were the most by an MSU pitcher since 2015, when Alexis Silkwood struck out 77 and posted a 9-2 record over state's first 16 contest. That year, so 2015, also marked the last time an MSU pitcher struck out 200 batters in a single season, something that has only occurred 5 times. So Chafin will look to be the 6th MSU pitcher to strike out 200 batters this season, and she's off to a really good start, and she's warming up. But the Bulldogs find themselves down 5-0 in the last inning of the game, so we'll look to have a 1-2-3 inning and then get something going on offense in the bottom of the 7th. As up to bat for the Lady Demons is second baseman Victoria Clayton. She has batted once today. Last inning, she grounded out. She's batting 143 on the season with 4 hits, 1 run, 1 RBI, been walked 4 times, struck out 3, no home runs, as Chafin delivers and gets strike 1. Chafin, a right-handed pitcher, facing the right-handed batter, Clayton. As Chafin gets the call, gets set, and delivers, and strike 2. 0-2 count to start the top of the 7th for Chafin. I think it's safe to say that Chafin is Samantha Rickett's most trusted pitcher. She is a senior out of Bossier City, Louisiana, and she gets a swing and a miss strikeout for her 72nd of the season. So comes in, all she needs is 3 pitches and gets out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. As Delafield comes up to bat. That is, she is pinch hitting as Chafin deals and swing and a miss, strike 1. As it is Allie Delafield. Looks like she's going to take the designated player. As Chafin gets the call. Gets set. Delivers. Strike 2. Delafield, a sophomore, bats left out of Stonewall, Louisiana. Played at North DeSoto High School. As she faces an 0-2 count with 1 out. And the Bulldogs' most dominant pitcher, Chafin, who delivers up high for ball 1. 1-2 is the count. Bulldogs trail by 5. And Chafin starts the delivery. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Chafin's 73rd strikeout of the season. And second already, even though she's only faced 2 batters in this game. So Savannah Coleman will be up to bat. She's 1 for 3. Flew out in the 2nd and 4th, then doubled and later scored in the 6th. And that was one of the 4 runs scored in the 6th. As Chafin delivers and gets strike 1. Chafin doing a fantastic job here. As she pitches and swing and a miss, strike 2. So 0-2 count, 2 outs. As Chafin will look to get 3 strikeouts and 3 batters in her first inning here in the top of the 7th. Down 5-0 as she gets a call. Starts the windup, delivers, and misses the corner for ball 1. So 1-2 with 2 outs. As Coleman did a good job of keeping that bat rested on her shoulder. As Chafin delivers and grounded over towards second. Romero over to first and out number 3. So 3 batters, 2 strikeouts, 3 outs as the Bulldogs will head to the bottom of the 7th, down 5-0, and look to avoid dropping their 3rd game of the season and the first of the Bulldog Invitational. So we'll be back in just a few moments. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network. Bulldogs trail 5-0 here as the first pitch of the 7th inning coming shortly. Up to bat for the Bulldog is Morgan Bernardini. She's 0 for 2 on the day. She flew out in the 2nd and also flew out in the 4th. As Ella Wasilowski will be on deck. The pitcher is still Brooklyn Stoller, who's thrown 71 pitches, faced 23 batters, walked 2, struck out 1. And only allowed 2 hits, both of those to Sierra Sacco. As the pitch comes, and strike 1 is called. Catches the inside of the zone. As Bernardini steps back into the box. Stoller starts delivery. And Bernardini grounds over to third and is out at first. 2 pitches, 1 out. As the Lady Demons are 2 outs closer to redeeming their 3-2 loss over the Bulldogs yesterday. As Ella Wasilowski is up to bat. Wasilowski started out behind the plate, was then replaced by Jesse Blaine, and is now up to bat for Romero. As the pitch comes, and ball 1. As Wasilowski is 0 for 2 on the day, and has a batting average of .083. So, not super good, but she's only had 3 or 4 at-bats, 1 hit, and 1 run. As the pitch comes, Wesolowski drives it towards left field. It goes back. Left fielder Curtis there and gets it for out number 2. So the Bulldogs just 1 out away from their 3rd loss of the season, as first baseman Riley Hull now up to bat. Hull 0 for 1 on the game, and that was back out in the second. She flew out. So Stoller pitches and misses the outside corner for ball 1. So Stoller 1 out away from her 2nd win of the season as she deals. And Hull hits it and finds the gap between second and short to get on base. So a 2-out single here in the bottom of the 7th. With Jessie Blaine up to bat. Jessie Blaine replaced Ella Wesolowski behind the plate. And will look to do something. She's 0 for 1 on the day, lined out in the 5th. And will look to try and get the Bulldogs on the board. One thing to note is if the Bulldogs do get out here, this will be their 3rd loss, and all 3 losses they have not scored as Stoller pitches, and down low for ball 1. So the Bulldogs' first loss came against the tournament against then-ranked number 7 Duke. They lost 7-0. Then they lost to Jacksonville State 3-0. Now trailing 5-0 here as Stoller delivers and fouled by Blaine. Blaine was going to go, saw it was high, tried to stop herself, but the ball just grazed off of the bat. So even though the bat was still on her shoulder, it hit the bat. So foul ball, strike 1. 1-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Bulldogs need something to stay alive. And Stoller delivers, and Blaine fouls it straight back behind the Demons' dugout. So 1-2, now the count. As Blaine gets set, Stoller delivers, and Blaine lines it straight to 3rd, out number 3, and that's ball game. Mississippi State drops their 3rd game of the season, their first of the Bulldog Invitational, 5-0 to the Lady Demons of Northwestern State. Now, Northwestern State had a pretty good showing here. They started things off on Friday against Alabama State, beating them on 9-8, so by 1 run. Then they lost to New Mexico by 8, 11-3. Then yesterday, lost to Alabama State 17-9, and then lost to Mississippi State 3-2. And then today, followed up those 2 losses with a 5-0 win over the Lady Bulldogs. But it's been a fun weekend here. When we come back, we'll give you a recap of your Lady Bulldogs softball from this weekend, and I'll be joined by a very special guest and a good friend of mine, but you'll have to wait to find out who that is. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, we fogged up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. So I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, a pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Yeah.
Mississippi State fell 5-0 against Northwestern State today. Joining me for the post game is Caleb Lasser, a good friend of mine, and his first time on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
I'm excited. Yeah,
it's going to be fun. So, Caleb, what were your thoughts on this game?
I mean, I was coming out hoping for a good game, and the bats were looking good. Nothing fell. They were getting a lot of fly balls. I was hoping for some more line drives. You could see that a lot from Northwestern State. They had a lot of solid contact, a lot of line drives, and then from Mississippi State, they get good contact, but nothing would drop. They had a lot of deep fly balls to center field and left field, but just nothing dropping.
Yeah, that's right. They had 3 hits on the game, 2 of those by Sierra Sacco, and then 1 of them by Riley Hull in the 7th. But as you said, just nothing falling for them as they dropped their 3rd game of the season. But we'll just give you a bit of a recap of the Bulldogs for this season. Or, sorry, not the season, but of this weekend. So they started off with Alabama State on Friday. They won 17-2 in 5. They then had New Mexico, won 6-1 in a full game. They then played Northwestern State yesterday, won 3-2. And then they played New Mexico later yesterday and won 10-4. So they were 4-0 heading into this game. And then as Caleb said, just nothing really going for them as they lose 5-0. But kind of while we're talking about State, we're just going to give you a bit of an update around the Mississippi State Athletics. Your women's team is playing at Auburn today. They are down by 7, 21-14 in the second with 6:30 to go in the game. Women's tennis was at Missouri. They're down 2 matches to 0. As your Mississippi State baseball team will get ready to take on Oklahoma State in the Houston Classic here in about 30 minutes. So make sure you go watch that. You can watch it for free on YouTube. Don't know if you know that, Caleb.
I didn't know.
Yeah, you can go to YouTube and watch it for free. But pretty good showing from the Lady Bulldogs here this weekend in the Bulldog Invitational. Would have loved to end things off with a victory, but all is well. The next match will be Wednesday here in Starkville, Mississippi. They will be facing the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana, 6 p.m. I will be on the call along with Ty Goldman, so make sure you tune in. It'll be a good one. But Caleb, any final thoughts as we get ready to head out?
Yeah, I mean, their pitcher was just so dominant today. It was really something to look at. It was good.
Yeah, Stoller, the freshman, just as you said, dominant today. Limited the Bulldogs to just 3 hits. Well, that's it here from News Park in Starkville, Mississippi. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs fall, but still, the maroon and white proud we are. As we say so long, farewell, and we will see you Wednesday back here in News Park. But the Bulldog Student Sports Network will be live before that. We'll be live Tuesday from the Humphrey Coliseum as the men's basketball team takes on Texas for the final home game of the season. But just a few reminders, make sure you go and follow our Twitter, or our X account. Still stuck on the fact that it's X, not Twitter.
Yeah.
But go follow that at Bulldog Student Sports Network. You can also follow our Instagram. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and hit that little bell so you know when we will be live. But so long, farewell. I'm Zachary Sizemore. It's been a great pleasure to call Couple games this weekend for you. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.